welcome back to my channel. I am back today with another review, but this time for a notebook cover rather than for a notebook. So notebook covers are one of those things that I keep seeing around on Instagram, and it seems like more and more people are really getting into them, and I can understand why, because let's face it, after using your bullet journal for a while, like, it gets really, really gross because it's just like constantly on the table and all of that kind of stuff. So I've been kind of curious as to how the notebook covers actually work for a while now. So when Choosetodo reached out to me to see if I wanted to review one for you guys, I jumped on the chance because I'm curious to see what they're like as well. So you'll see, this is how it was sent to me, which I assume this is how they send to everyone, I'm not sure, but I thought it was really a nice touch that they hand lettered my name on there. I just covered up my address so you can't see that, but I thought that that was a really nice thing for them to do. And I did open it up just so I wouldn't have to struggle with this on camera. And let's take a look. So it comes in this plastic, and they've got this little thank you card, which let's go ahead and take this out. Oopsie daisy. There, so it has this cute little thank you card in here, which actually one of the co-founders of the company wrote me a quick little letter on here, so I'm going to read that off camera, but I thought that was a really cute little touch, and it looks like those are hand-cut letters that glitter, which is really cool. So you have inside the package a little business card. That's what those are called. I had a brain fart. So it is a little business card. So holographic planners, choosetodo.ca, and you have their information for their Facebook group and for their Instagram. So I will link all of this stuff down below for sure, but if you're interested, it is also on here. And then you have your notebook cover in a like cloth bag, basically. So let's take a look. Ooh. So the one thing that I noticed, and the one thing you'll notice from the card, is that they do holographic planners, which you guys know my obsession with like all things monochromatic and black and white. You might be thinking, but Caitlin, what's happening? And here's the thing. I also love mint. I know it doesn't show up on my Instagram very often, but you will notice that I use mint a lot of times in my like YouTube thumbnails. Like, oh, I just love mint. So when I saw that they had a mint planner, or a mint notebook cover, I knew that that was the one that I wanted to get. So you've got here, this is their little like logo on the back here, and it is, I will link them, I'll like find out some of the specs from their website, but I believe this is a faux leather, but it feels like really nice, and it's a little bit cushy, so hopefully that will protect your notebook even better. So let's see. All right, so let's take out the stuff. Oh, cool. Okay, so to be perfectly honest, you know, having seen the pictures, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. So it looks like you can use the pockets to actually like put your notebook in, or you can use it as a like traveler's notebook. Now, explain to me, somebody in the comments, if I'm getting this wrong. Like, are you only supposed to use these for your notebook, or are you also supposed to use these? I am not sure. But you've got a closure here, which let's just go ahead and put my notebook in so we can test it out. So I'm gonna try it this way. Oopsie daisy. There. And this ruler gets stuck constantly. All right, hold on now. How is this gonna work? Uh-oh, guys, having issues. How does one do this so that it doesn't like break everything? I'm really confused. Oh gosh. All right, I have one. There we go. So, I'm not sure if this is how you're actually supposed to put it in there, but I just did it inside the front and the back cover. We'll see how that goes. Oops. So, in terms of fit, you definitely fit everything in here. Let me go ahead and close this. So, closes nicely. Fits in there. So one thing, if you're using something like a Leuchtturm in here, it is going to be a little bit chunky. So if you are going to want to put some stuff in here, be careful that it doesn't get too bulky, because that might be an issue at some point. But what I do like is that now I can move my little papers. I'm going to leave certain things in my back pocket, but this guy drives me crazy. So let's see. Stuff my ruler in there, and we're going to stuff So I've got my blotting paper and just a scratch paper for under my palm when I write. I'm just gonna stick those over there. Oops, perhaps. Let's get that in there. There we go. So, oh man, okay. That is kind of cool. So my second question here is, what do I do with these? I'm not entirely sure. You guys, I'm learning about this with you guys. So I really like that. I like that it's got enough overhang, but it's not like huge, and it's got like enough cushion. But what I do like is, the only thing with like an A4 traveler's notebook is a lot of times, because they're designed to fit several inserts, they're going to have even more overhang. And I like that this is designed specifically for a notebook. I'm not sure, just if I'm on the go, I would definitely use the pen loop, but I'm not sure if at home I would necessarily use it, just because I really want this to like protect my notebook from my desk, because my table is not always the cleanest since I do everything on it. And just like, you know, it picks up stuff with use basically. I mean, this has been about to start month 7 in this notebook, and you can tell like it's looking a little sad, especially since this is the copper one, so it's more like metallic, so you can see where it's gotten like scuffed and kind of dull. So you have a bunch of these little card pockets in, or like, yeah, card pockets in here, which let me grab here. Grab a washi sample I have, and oops. So, oh, that one's actually really deep. All right, hold on. Yes, so this one is like a nice kind of short one, but this one is actually pretty deep, so I'm not actually going to stick the entire washi sample in there because I might lose it. And I don't have anything that is an appropriate length, but it looks like that one goes all the way down to the bottom, so you basically can fit something in there. And then these ones are, oops, are much narrower. So I like that you can stick stuff in there, like a washi sample card, and you can still see everything really clearly. And I think that that would be not too bulky, as long as you're careful not to overwrap your washi samples or like doing stickers or something in there. So I like that it has the pockets, because that's one of those things that I don't like to use this back pocket for too much, because it just bulks it up when you're trying to write. And it's like, the further you get to the back of the notebook, the more noticeable it is. Like, I have an issue sometimes with the ruler in the back there, just because it's kind of raised. It's kind of annoying to have in there, to be honest. So there you go. And then you've got these 2 longer pockets in the back here. And again, I think that you could potentially stick your notebook in the back cover, which actually I kind of want to try that. I'm really curious about that. Oops. Oh dear. All right. Hold on. Just kidding. Maybe it's not coming out. There we go. Okay. So let's give this a go. So, oh. So I wonder if this, like, you can resize so that it can fit your notebook if you want, and then you can cut it. So if you need like more elastic, you can do that and then like cut it when you're done, maybe. I don't know. Please help me, guys. Let me know in the comments what I'm supposed to do with that. So here, oops, here. So got that. And so the only thing is, I like having the elastics, because then I can still use my front cover here for, oops, for, what are those called? For Post-it notes. Whereas if I use this, it is obviously not nearly as accessible. So, but in terms of the actual fit, that actually works really well. And I almost like it better because it like slims it down a little bit, because you're just using the inside pocket here. So that, oops, I do like that. So then I feel like it would even be flat enough so that you could write in it. So you can kind of feel, you feel a little bit of the ridge here. So if that is something that would bug you as you're writing, you might want to use the elastics rather than using these like front covers. But I think if you were to use the elastics and you had your front cover blocking it, you'd be totally fine to just go ahead and write on this. So yeah, so let's take a look at pen case. Where is my pen? Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. Here we go. So here, I have my fountain pen that I use to write. We're just going to test out the pen loop. Oopsie. Come on. I'm not even going to try and put it around the actual pen because the clip is wide enough. So, oops. That that is nice. And then if you wanted to do a smaller pen, so this is my other everyday writer, you've got, whoops, there. Oh, that is really nice. Guys, I can see why people like these notebook covers. I really can. So, and I like, all of my stuff is always in like monochromatic and black, like with the exception of my current bullet journal. And so I like the fact that this is a nice like mint color, and it's not like, I don't know, it's a good mint color. You know how sometimes mint can be like too green or too blue? This is a nice mint color. If I had one like thing that I would like different, I would like to have the option to not have the holographic inside. Now, that's just me. You guys know I'm super boring and I don't like super flashy things on my notebooks, my copper bullet journal notwithstanding. So that would honestly be the only thing. But the thing is, seeing it in person, it is less like startlingly holographic than I thought it would be. Like, it definitely is holographic, but it's like more muted than I thought it would be in person, which I really appreciate. And also, like, you know, when you're using this on the inside, like really what you're going to see is this cover, and this is like what I was more concerned about, and it's a really lovely like mint color. So that is something that if you are in the more like monochromatic loving group, they are a much more colorful brand. So if you do like some pastel kind of tones, so they actually have two different lines, and I got the one, I think there's one that's a holographic outside, but I got the one that was obviously just like a normal outside because that is much more my speed. But they do have a couple of pastel, like mint, green, or this is green, sorry, mint, blue, I think there's like a pink, maybe a purple, something like that. So they've got a couple of colors. It is a fairly like limited selection, but if you like pastels or if you love mint, then you will be able to find something that you like. So far there isn't anything in like a black or a gray range, which is the only thing that I'm kind of sad about. But like I said, it's nice to try different colors. So I'm actually really excited to try out this mint one. And yeah, if you use a notebook cover, let me know. If you use this brand, Choosetodo, let me know what you guys think. This is the first one I've ever tried, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. But to me, I mean, it seems like it is going to be a pretty useful thing. I do like having the pockets. I think that's going to be really nice. And I think that obviously it's a little bit late for my current bullet journal, but I think that for future bullet journals, it would keep them nicer so that hopefully they'll just last a little bit longer, looking a little bit nicer, especially since it's something that I will archive and go back and refer to. It's kind of sad to like see them on the shelf. Like, I know they're well loved, but you know, they also get a little bit dirty with time. So I think that this is a really good option to protect the outside of your notebook and keep it looking nicer a little bit longer. So yeah, I think that this is going to work nicely. So I think my biggest concern is going to be, am I going to use the pockets for the notebook, or am I going to use the elastics for the notebook? I'm going to have to play around with that and see how that goes. Hey guys, so I wanted to come back. It's been a couple of days since I started using this notebook cover, and so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of feedback for how it's been working. So I know when I did the initial unboxing, I was really confused as to how I was actually supposed to put the notebook in. And so I actually got advice from a friend who uses a notebook cover herself, and she recommended putting the back cover through the pocket, but then not putting it in this side so that you can then use this left side as a pocket. And I have to say that's been working really well. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do about the elastics, so that's why I've kind of tucked the end down here just so it doesn't get caught on stuff. So I haven't like taken it out, I haven't resized or cut them or anything like that. I'm just kind of leaving them for right now. But I have to say that having the notebook in here like this has been working really, really well, and I've been able to write comfortably in here, and you know, it's been really nice to have this like added protection, because then I can stick like papers, and I started sticking post-it notes on the front cover of my bullet journal. Like, this has been really, really handy. So just kind of a quick thing at the end of this video to let you guys know how I've actually been using it. Yeah, it's been working out really well. You'll notice that I still don't have a pen in here just because when I'm at home, I don't need to keep a pen in there. I have a pen case that I keep on my table, but I think that when I go out, I would actually use this. But yeah, so I will leave all of their information in the description box. I'll leave information about like what the different products are and how much they are and all of that kind of fun stuff. So if you're interested, check that out down below. And yeah, if you have used a notebook cover, if you've used their notebook covers, let us know down in the comment section. What are some things that what are some tips and tricks that you have for making the most of your notebook cover? Because this is my first time using one, so I am open to suggestions. And that is all that I have for you guys today. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.